Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. This is the only session today, so close that. Crude oil has hit its goals, hitting target 1 and target 2 both on the first trade. I made a 2-tick adjustment around the spike and the EMAs. It was 21 to 23 on the entry. So that's good for 18 and 29. 47 ticks on the session. That's a good solid session. YM is flat, Micro Russell is flat, soybeans is in a long trade. Actually, no, soybeans is flat, excuse me. It did just barely stop out of that early trade. Unleaded is in a long, its first trade of the session. Missed target 2 by 1 tick. So this will be a power of quitting trade. Target 1 traders got their target. Target 2 traders just depends on how you handle a 1-tick miss like that. Whether you take profit at target 1. If it stayed long enough where you go ahead and mark it out of that position, still in the trailing position for any trades or any traders, target 1 or target 2. Pound Aussie in an early trade, still running, so we are waiting for a new setup there. YM setting new session lows. Micro Russell right around session open. Crude is done, so I'm going to push the unleaded chart up here over crude, at least for the moment. So we can keep an eye on the micro NQ chart, and it looks like it has gotten to money management on a short trade that's too early, obviously. We don't start this trade plan until 4 minutes after market open. That would be 8:34 exchange time, since that's traded out of Chicago. It's coming off of session highs. We'll look for a new setup. It's gone too far. So we're looking for new setups at this point, with the exception of unleaded, which is in a long trade. Market is open. There's a long on YM. And just around that spike. And it's going to go to a, well, no, it's not at a full loss yet. Yeah, there it is. Now you've got a short. Noisy action there. I don't think any of those were tradable on the YM. The short was certainly the one you probably wanted to be in. And unleaded stopping out on its break even, or on its trailing stop, 32.09. That will complete the session for unleaded. So crude and unleaded all done. Put it back down here where it normally stays. And we will find the micro NQ. That one stops out. Bounced off the session opener just beyond it. Long trade on the micro Russell. I didn't even notice that as we were working with other things. Target one is money management because this is a big trade. Now, there's money management. Is that worth? Target two is going to be our goal target, but we stop out. Actually, we stop out at break even intra-bar. Calculator actually stopped out for a tick loss on the trailing stop that picked up. Micro NQ with a long trade. And we aren't to our start time yet there. All right. I am in a long trade. Off of that move lower. And stop is hidden below the session low. I actually like the structure of that trade. Looks like we just got money management as well. And yeah, that's a money management and target. So this will be, assuming all of those three trades were too fast to catch, to execute. That is our first trade of the morning. And there it just stopped out. So that is a one and done session. Hitting target one right on the nose at 33 ticks. Micro Russell has a break even and now a full loss. It's like a kind of a noisy start. Micro Russell now down at session lows. All right, so we're bouncing off of them. YM is done. We have a new short possibility on, and there is the short. That is a valid short trade, even though the calculator is not tracking it. Trade hit the entry and the stop on the same bar, so the calculator doesn't know whether it's valid or not, so it's not going to track. The 6 1/4 and the yeah, 36 3/4 would be the entry. The full stop out on the long. As a stop in reverse. Long on the Micro Russell. And that one triggers in. And I believe that just hit money management. Needs to go up. No, yeah, okay, yeah, I think it just did. It's 92.5. And it did just hit it and came back and comes back for a break-even stop out. 2 break-evens and a loss on the Micro Russell. First trade of the morning. Let's see. I'm going to say first trade of the morning is the trade we're in. It's possible you could have gotten in sync with the long, but on the custom Renko bars, just about every chart I've seen it on, it's not a good. Doesn't seem to be a good idea to get in sync with trades heading in the wrong direction. And we take a full stop on it after all. Now we have a long setup. And didn't trigger in. Yeah, didn't trigger in. Hits the stop, but still valid because it didn't trigger in yet. Notice it's continuing to print the entry point. And a short trade on the micro Russell. That's hit money management. And there's target. So that's a target 3 win on the micro Russell on trade number 4. So move our target goal down to target 4. That's our next take profit level. YM is done, crude is done, unleaded is done. Long trade on soybeans. And that one's taking a little bit of heat. Micro NQ continuing to hang around the stop. Hasn't triggered, but still hasn't canceled the trade. Micro Russell still short. Target 3 in the books. See if it's going to get us a stop move here with a down bar. Or if it's going to stop out at break even stop. Good morning, Young Regal. How are you doing today? All right. Long trade on micro NQ canceled. Went into a short. And break even stop out on the micro Russell. Micro NQ target down just below the session low. Pound Aussie still in the early trade, so nothing doing on it right now. Soybeans back to its entry point, bouncing off the 20 SMA, the 50 crossing above the 200 EMA. Money management on the micro Russell, or micro NQ, excuse me. 225 flat. Looks like it got almost to the session low and bounced. We'll see what that does. Long trade of the micro Russell. Trade number 5. That money management is going to need to move up one tick, give us our 14 tick minimum. All right, target 2 and target 3 on the micro NQ, pushing down rapidly toward target 4 and trailing. Trailer at 196.25. We do trigger into the long trade on the micro Russell. We can get target 3 on the micro NQ. One loss and one win might target 4 on the micro NQ. 193.25 for the trailing stop. Money management on the micro Russell. 89.7. Yeah, it looks like a stop out at 93.25 on the micro NQ. That's a solid win. Targets 2, 3, and 4, and a target 2+ trailer. Definitely going to take care of the one loss. And there's a third break even on the micro Russell. 3 break evens, a loss, and a win. I'm doing well. It's going to get, looks like it's going to get chilly here the rest of the week. And Wednesday and Thursday, we're possibly going to have ice. So it looks like it's going to be hunker down here Wednesday and Thursday. One note for anybody looking toward the crude oil inventory report on Thursday, it appears that they have changed the timing of the holiday week report, so now it's Thursday at noon. I know I missed that on January Martin Luther King Day holiday week, but I noticed that this week, so we won't do the session until 12 o'clock on Thursday. I've already changed the schedule. Unfortunately, that micro Russell trade, even though it's still tracking, we do move to break even intra-bar, and it did pull back and hit our break even stop. We now go long on the micro Russell, or micro NQ. Micro Russell long did stop out at break even. And we do have money management on the micro NQ, 195.5. There's a stop move on the pound Aussie that probably will take us out of this trade. 98.53. And we've gotten within 4 ticks of it. That will give us the opportunity for a new trade. Market indices kind of going sideways overall. That is break even number 4. Yeah, break even number 4. No, break even number 3. A loss and a win. One more trade to go. Exit out of your long trade. That trade stopped out as it was about to set up a short. The short sets up as the long, essentially as the long stops out. And we got down to target 1, so that takes the short trade off the table. Micro NQ still in the long trade. Under 4 minutes to our 10 a.m. crude mini session. Possible get in sync long. We get to 10 o'clock on crude. Still in the long on the micro NQ. Flat on the micro Russell. Flat on soybeans. Took a full stop there. We are still flat on the pound Aussie. System is still in the long trade there. That trade was too early, went too far for us to get involved. Target 2 on the micro NQ. So we move up to target 3. We hit it right on the nose. It looks like we may stop out here. Yep. Stopping out, transitioning at break even, transitioning to short. It looks like right at our original long entry, 195 and a quarter. Yeah, that's exactly where we, and that stops out now 13. That was too fast to catch. It took us out, but that would have been too fast to execute. So that's a no trade. We get a win on the long. So that's 2 wins and a loss. And the short is a no trade on the micro NQ. Short trade on the micro Russell. This has got a big wick on it. So target 1 is obviously going to be money management. Yeah. Target 2 is going to be our first actionable target as well. This one's big enough to move it. In our 10 a.m. mini session, and that is, we have not had a chance to get into that trade yet, but it's still valid. Still in the long trade on the pound Aussie. The early trade, so I'm not participating in that. Long trade in the micro NQ, and that's another no trade. Spikes to the entry and comes back down to the stop. We are in the micro Russell short. All right, there's money management on the crude trade, so that's off the table. Flat on crude, waiting for a trade. This is the final trade of the session on the micro Russell. Win, lose, or draw, break even. This is trade number 6. There is a potential short trade on the pound Aussie. Not a stop and reverse because it will have stopped out before we get there. Let's see where we are. Small trade, yeah. Target 3 is also our money management level. So target 3 and 4 on that trade if it in fact triggers in. Micro Russell starting to trail already. $88.3 for the trailer. Entry it was at 88.2. So 1 tick of risk still on. We get down to money management at target 1, bring the stop to break even, 88.1. break-even stop is almost always one tick beyond the entry. And there it is. Micro Russell stop comes to 88.1. And we did stop out of the pound Aussie trade. That small short is still valid. 98.49. We stopped out at 98.53. Major key level came into play there, moving us down from 52 to 49. And a fourth break even on the Micro Russell. 4 break evens, 1 loss, and 1 win. The win giving us a target 3 and then a break even trailer. That's going to likely be somewhere close to break even session. Pound Aussie short is still in play. Hasn't triggered in yet. There's our trailing stop on the crude trade that was too early, went too far. So Micro Russell is done. A loss and 2 wins on the Micro NQ. And triggering into our Micro NQ short, Micro NQ, Pound Aussie short. Micro NQ will set up a short with a down bar here. Bouncing off its session low. YM setting a new session low, and Micro Russell just slightly up above its session low. Long trade on micro Russell. I'm afraid that was probably too fast to execute. All right, pull back to get us into the long trade on micro Russell or micro NQ. Micro NASDAQ. We got to get down to target 3 on the pound Aussie trade before anything happens. That'll be actionable target and money management. I would split my targets 2 positions each at target 3 and target 4 rather than 3 and 1. The other alternative would be 1 at 3, 1 at 4, and rest on the trailer. Just because it's a small trade, there's no reason, no good reason to take off all 3 positions at your minimum target level, or the initial 3 positions. With a small trade like that, a lot of times just taking a fair amount of position on the trailer can be the most profitable. Well, that's the only reason I wouldn't take 3 positions off at target 3, 1 at target 4, and 1 on the trailer as usual. Just try to maximize the profit level out of the trade. It being a very small trade. But those are just some alternatives that you can think about for working with very small trades when you have to push your targets out. Target 1 and target 2 are not big enough to. Target 1 would be essentially a break even with your spread anyway, because it's only like 3 pips, and your spread's going to be probably 2 or so. So taking that one is just that's just paying your broker to take profit on that position. Taking a full loss on the micro NQ long, transitioning to short. So trade 4 is a full loss. Trade 5 is in process. In progress. We got down somewhere close to target 1. Didn't quite get there. Looks like definite resistance between 71.55 and 71.60 on crude. Pulling back to the 20, and then we'll see if it makes a bounce or it comes back even further. There's a short. Bouncing off of the looks like that touched the entry at 38. I would push that down to 37. Also get it below the 20 SMA. Even though the calculator is showing long on crude, I would not be. Break even stop out on the micro NQ. So 2 wins, 2 losses, and a break even. 1 trade remaining. Okay, an up bar here will give you a long trade on crude, it looks like. I guess I should mark that up. Finish marking it up. Looks like it's, well, now it's falling back. Yeah, 2 touches of 57. I was looking at it and it would have set up at 56. I would take that to 58 at least. Yeah, probably 58 is probably good. Now, if we get one, it's going to be lower than that. Now it's going to be 52. I don't see pushing that up to 58. Certainly not to 58. That's a 6-tick adjustment. Pound Aussie taking heat. That should be a no trade on the long micro NQ. And there's your long trade at 52. I'll leave that and see if it triggers. But it looks to me like it's going to be a valid trade. When it pulling back off the 50-cent level. Okay, looks like we did touch 52. So that would put us long. money management and minimum target. Target 1. All right, short trade on the micro NQ for the final trade, hitting money management. Trade number 6 on the micro NQ. Got close to target 2. Now coming back up. Micro Russell and the YM both pushing significantly higher. That's a reverse head and shoulders on the YM. Going to target 1 on crude. So we are at money management. Stop at, since we got it, yeah, stop at 53. That's a little too far for. Pushing for target 2. There it is. That's both targets. Just 26 ticks on that, but one and done. So if assuming you avoided the short. Target 2 win on the final trade for the micro NQ. Next target would be target 3. All right. Stopping out at break even on micro NQ, so that completes the micro NQ. Stop and reverse possibility on pound Aussie. That's going to be at 98.62. 2 pip adjustment makes it 64. Key level would take it to 66, which is the full stop. So we'll show that right there. All right, I'm going to have to call it a morning here. Crude is done. Yeah, everything. YM is done. Soybeans had no trades. Pound Aussie is in a short with a potential stop and reverse long. That's where I'm going to have to leave it this morning. I've got to get ready for an appointment. So I will see everybody tomorrow morning at 9:30. Just a regular session tomorrow. No crude oil inventory session. That is Thursday at noon. New time. Have a good one. We'll see everybody tomorrow.